Hello everyone, it's time for a channel update. I haven't done one of these in a while. So what's going on with Pat's channel? Well, it's been a busy year so far. At least from my side. You might see that on your side, but here's what's going on. So I ended up the year with my late Christmas video again. And after that, I went straight into doing the Volume 4 DVD. So that takes a while to do a DVD on your own. You have to re-render and remaster all the files to DVD format, go back and correct a lot of the crap you didn't realize you were doing wrong 3-4 years ago, clean up the green screen, clean up the audio, create the menus, blah, blah, blah. It's a long process besides dealing with the DVD artwork and things like that. So that takes like 2 months. 2 months of my life. Which is why when you wonder, hey, where's a Pat the NES Punk video? It's a DVD. You can blame the DVD. I have to put the DVD out because, you know, I need to live. I need to eat. And it's good for you guys who like to purchase that sort of thing and good for conventions. So I have to do the DVD, and I can't, at this point, like, just give it to someone else and pay them to do it. It's still all me in-house. So the DVD is done. Good. Pre-order is going on right now. You can pre-order it still until, I think, like April 9th or 10th is when the pre-order is done, and then I start shipping them out, which is a whole other issue, shipping out all those DVDs. But it's not as bad as actually designing the DVD. So that's why, quote-unquote, the premium content, if you want to call it that, hasn't been there the past few months, 2.5 months. But there's been Flea Market Madnesses, and those will continue roughly, one every 5 weeks or so. And then Ask Frank will come back. I'll start rotating in Ask Ian's. That's going to start appearing. Volume 1's going to be in the DVD. And besides that, the podcast is going to continue on. Whether you're a fan of the podcast or not, the podcast is going to be here to stay for a while because, it's easier for me to do that, but I actually enjoy doing the podcast. I had a radio show in college for a few years. I like doing that, and I think me and Ian get along well enough, but we're not the exact same personality that it makes for an interesting discussion about topics like video games and movies and YouTube topics we'll start talking about more. And you might see me personally start interviewing people from the quote-unquote video game or internet culture as one-off podcasts as well. So that's going to be around the corner. There's also going to be video game years starting to appear on this channel. So if you did not know, I am co-director, co-producer, and co-owner of the Video Game Years. So right now we have completed mostly up to 1989. 1987 will premiere this week. So what's going to happen is every week while the main episodes appear on the RetroWare YouTube channel, I'm going to have pieces appear on mine. And so eventually I'm going to have a whole bunch of pieces from going back to 1980 appearing on my channel, broken up. And the reason for this is because I don't get paid to do the video game years. And that's another thing behind the scenes you guys may not realize is that I work along with John D'Elia. We work a lot of hours coordinating the production of the video game years along with the dozen or so editors we have on the show. And so that all goes on behind the scenes. It comes out and it doesn't really get a lot of attention, unfortunately, but it's still quality content and it's a passion project that we love. It's my favorite sort of video game show on the entire interwebs, but no one watches it. You know, it should be getting 500,000 views and it gets like whatever, 25,000. So that's going to start appearing. This week you're going to start seeing Video Game Years content on my channel. Another thing is people maybe don't realize or understand that it's not just the content that's appearing on your channel that you're working on. There's usually stuff behind the scenes. And it's not like I have a team of people helping me. I don't have a team of editors. I don't have like 4 or 5 people on a team that can pump out content. It's usually just me working on stuff outside of Video Game Years, which is about a dozen or so people. Like I said before, my other videos and things are just me. I'm a one-man operation. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying that's how it works, and that's why when you see other channels pump out content, it's usually a team working. It's not an individual. There's usually a lot of infrastructure there and a lot of money that's involved. Out here in San Diego, it's just me and Mega 64, and we're sort of our own islands. whatever. Maybe I'll just go to SeaWorld and ask them to help, or maybe I'll get an intern. Interns would be helpful. So, like, for example, stuff like my website getting revamped, that's going to be down the pike. I'll have to focus on that a little bit. But there has been a long-term project that I can't announce right now that you'll hear about later in the year, and going forward, that'll be a pretty big chunk of my channel then. So that stuff's going on along the side that I'm working on almost every day, but you don't see that because it's not a video coming out. So, but that's all time that gets splintered up besides, you know, personal life stuff. PAX East I went to a couple weeks ago. That was fun. I saw my friends like Pro Jared and Brental Floss, and hung out with the Screenwave Media folks. So, yeah, so that's what's going on the channel. I know I don't do these that often. Uncommon channel update. But I am working on a new Pat the NES Punk video. Those are gonna come back fairly regularly. It's been a few months since one. It's probably won't be that big of a gap in between, except for, again, when I do the DVD, that's a lot of time that goes into the DVD, and it's sort of like I have to get it done, and it's hard to splinter my time between the DVD and then the NES Punk videos take up more of my creative time and thought and editing time versus Flea Market Madness or the podcast stuff, or even Ask Frank. I have to get an Ask Frank out. It's been too long since that. So I'm going to do this new Pat the NES Punk episode. It'll get out before the end of March. Then I'll do an Ask Frank, and then I'll do a Flea Market Madness and get back into the swing of things. But the podcast is here to stay. Sorry, guys. That's the way it works. You're going to have like 4 or 5 different shows in this channel, and it's going to keep going. I don't know what to say. It's content every day, just about. Alright, that's it. Next time I do one of these videos, I'll probably announce me going to some events later in the year. Usually once you hit June, you start getting into the convention season. I'll probably go to 3 or 4 between like June and like September, October. Probably 3, 4, maybe 5. Besides Comic-Con in July, which hopefully I get a panel there, but probably not. I'm small fry. I'm not the nerdist. You know, I can't get a panel just for my name or production. I need an intern, damn it. Anyone out there want to be a Pat the NES Punk intern? Do some editing? Maybe I should put a call out to colleges. I don't know. I'm rambling. DVD, you can pre-order it now. Other projects on the side. Video Game Years is going to start weekly on Retroware's YouTube channel, but I'll be putting parts up on mine going back to 1980 and forward. Not every day, but they'll get there. They'll get there just to have a cool little archive of that. That's it, guys. I will see you later, and I gotta go. I think Frank is gonna cook steaks. So that'll be good. He's a good cook, Frank.